Humans aren't born out of laying around on their asses. We've been born out of conquering a world. We're the dominant species. We built all this. We're powerful and we're beautiful and we're ready to build the next level of civilization in God's plan. But you must stop bowing to those who want to make you a victim. You must become the victor. If you love God and you want to build a pro-human future, then you are an enemy of the New World Order and Satanism. They want us shut down because we have the Spirit. I'm jacked into the source. I know the secret, and I want to see you empowered. But you have to believe in yourself first. This is the truth, and everyone knows it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a new day, but Hassan Piker continues to make himself one of the biggest clowns on the internet. And I have something to show you. And I don't think you're going to believe it, but we have the video evidence. So Hassan is known for making some of the stupidest comments on the internet, being a wretched, irredeemable, subhuman, disgusting, parasitic sack of garbage. We all know this to be true. We've seen it 1,000 times. However, Hassan has stepped over the line, and he's actually committed a crime. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at Hassan's crime that he committed in this 20-second clip. And you tell me if you think this is the guy that should be emulated when it comes to politics.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
There's about 50.
Yeah, that was it. Hassan actively, casually out there talking about ending the life of former Republican politicians. Now, that thought exercise was put forward because this guy is talking about waste that's currently going on in terms of Medicaid and wanting to cut off that fraud, that waste, and that abuse. And Hassan, being that he is a terrorist, I mean, he promotes all of them. He sticks up for them, has the same ideologies, same beliefs, just casually comes out there and says that. Let's listen to it one more time.
$50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him a prominent part of the Republican Party.
I think that Hassan should be deported. That's personally what I think should happen. I think his citizenship should be revoked. And I've said this before. This is not a matter of free speech. What he's doing here is not in free speech. It's incitement. And he's done it for years now. And he's been given a pass for years. I think the passes should stop. I think he should be deported. I think this guy is a danger. I think his rhetoric is meant to incite dumb people to do extremist things. And he's said it before. He's a propagandist. His mission is to frame his propaganda in a way that is palatable to bring more people in and do the max amount of harm. He is an anti-American terrorist. And so my thing is, I think Hassan should be deported. And I think that they should absolutely use this as a cause to arrest him. Now, some people will disagree. Some people say, well, it's just a stupid thing that he said. No. When you go on a stream that is an American platform, Twitch is located in the US, and you go out there and you make a casual statement about ending the life of a Republican politician because because you don't like that he did something that, oh, I have a disagreement. So you casually talk about ending his life. I think that should be the litmus test. If you are a serial terrorist supporter, if you are somebody that has a history of saying that America deserves 9/11, bringing terrorists onto your platform, promoting Hamas and Hezbollah, I think that that should pretty much be it. I think that he should be sent to Turkey or Gitmo. I don't really care. But I'm tired of pretending that Hassan is normal, or that his rhetoric is normal, or that there's something somehow passable about what he says or how he behaves. No. He just committed a crime there. And wasn't it the thing that nobody is above the law? No one's above the law except for apparently Twitch streamers who are terrorist supporters. Let's watch it one more time. I think it's important to really put this out there. And by the way, at least why not just stop the fraud? I mean, I'm okay with that. Yeah, so his audience. So here we have somebody in the comments says, "End Rick Scott." Yes, he uses the K word. I think this is indefensible. I think that this sort of audience that he's fostered, these people are mentally ill, dangerous freaks. And I'd like to see the Trump administration investigate Hassan and his audience. I would. Because it's not even about a disagreement over politics anymore. It's not even that. Asmongold the other day said that he would vote for Bernie Sanders. I thought that was one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. That genuinely, supporting Bernie Sanders in 2025 is mental retardation. But that's a difference of opinion. That's a disagreement that we have. But this is something else. This isn't just a disagreement. This is somebody that hates this country, that has gotten rich off of this country, but hates this country, and at every step of the way has demonstrated that they're willing to snub their nose at our laws and to just go out there and say rhetoric like that. America deserves 9/11, all that sort of stuff. Revoke this clown citizenship and get him out. That's my opinion on it. If you want to know, that's my perspective. Get him out.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
Now, this isn't a joke. This isn't like he doesn't stop and go, haha, guys, I'm just kidding. No. This is who he is. And I'm sick and tired of the excuses and downplaying the radical, violent, extremist rhetoric from people like this. I don't think Twitch is going to do anything, by the way. I don't think Twitch is going to do a thing. I don't think they're going to suspend him even for a day. If they do, I would be shocked, but it'll be like a 2-day suspension. They're not really going to do anything like this because they probably agree. After all, the CEO of Twitch, Dan Clancy, oh, my favorite streamer is Hassan. I mean, unbelievable.
Okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott former governor.
No.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott former governor of Florida, Rick Scott.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my opinion. That's my perspective. I think that Hassan is genuinely an evil, irredeemable person. Like, when your former co-host, like, I understand getting stabbed in the back, but when your former co-host does a content nuke on you, where you guys were friends, you guys were like actually buddies, but your radical rhetoric is so extreme that it pushes him to do a content nuke on you. I think that pretty much tells you all you need to know about the individual named Hassan Piker. I think he needs to be deported. I think he needs to be removed from this country and not allowed back in. That would be my perspective. That would be my solution. And that way he could go to Japan. He wants to do content in Japan. He can go to Japan. He can go anywhere else, just not here. A country that he deeply despises and hates profoundly to its core, wants to ruin. Fine. Let him go somewhere else. He can ruin their country. But I absolutely think at the bare minimum he should be suspended from Twitch. Some people will disagree with me. Some people will say, "No, I don't think he should." Fine. That's perfectly fine. You can have that opinion. I think that you're wrong. I think he absolutely should be removed. And I think that he should be banned. And I think a message should be sent that whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, that casually talking about killing people should not be the standard operating procedure. Talking about casually committing violence should not be the standard operating procedure. We should restore honor to our culture. And the way that you do that is by making an example of freaks like this. Making an example of him by getting him out of the country, revoking his citizenship and getting him out of the country. Get him out. Get him out. He's a terrorist. There's no other way to put it. There's no there's nothing else that you could say at this point, based on the mountain of evidence that would convince me that Hamas Piker isn't a terrorist. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.